Could you imagine a world where on a Saturday, college football night, there are all seniors out on the field, all seniors that are student athletes working very diligently to get their degree at the same time? Nobody would go on to the pros as an underclassman. This is a reality that is possible if college athletes are paid a stipend and allowed to be able to use their likeness. Now, the NCAA, the Collegiate Athletic Association, is $1 million, actually over $1 billion revenue business. And the amount of revenue that they make in a year is absolutely enormous from the school aspect and the NCAA aspect. Now, as you can see on this graph, we have the top 10 schools on the left side and then NCAA football 14 on the right side. Now, each one of these schools is over $100 million in revenue just from sports. This is according to a 2008 study by ESPN. Now, from the likeness standpoint, NCAA football makes an enormous profit on using college players. Now, currently there's a lawsuit going on, and according to NOLA.com, the Ed O'Bannon lawsuit, brought up by Ed O'Bannon, who was a former collegiate athlete, he is suing for the use of video games. Because what they would do is they would use their likeness inside of these video games, and then EA Sports would make the profit off of it. Now, I believe that they are going to settle in court, according to the article, and it'll be all averted. But still, these players did not get compensated for the time and their likeness inside of this. Now, according to Jay Billis, who's an ESPN analyst, he called out President Mark Emmert from the NCAA on the NCAA's use of likenesses in their shop. Now, say that I was to go to their shop at the current time and I would type in Johnny Manziel, who is a football player who's currently a sophomore at Texas A&M. If I would type in his name, his jersey would come up. Now, NCAA kept all that profit, not giving Johnny Manziel any of it. Now, since then they have removed it due to much scrutiny about it, but still the concern remains. And the NCAA is a multi-billion-dollar business, and according to all of this, plus that, and then you have this, which the NCAA makes $836 million in revenue every year, which is distributed to the Division I schools. The Division I schools being the top 120 schools in football. Now, what they do is they distribute this out evenly, and then that school gets to use that money for whatever they want. But college athletes get no part of this. Now, some may say that, well, college athletes already get their tuition paid for, their board paid for, but a lot of the athletes are low-income people. They come from a low-income household, and they don't even have enough money to do, say, their laundry. Now, why would they stay in school and get a degree when they can hop onto the pros and get millions of dollars right away? Well, the answer is in the integrity of the system. Because the NCAA, they always proclaim that it's student athletes. They're a student first, then an athlete. But yet they allow these students to go on to the pros without achieving an athletic or without achieving an academic degree. Now, what happens if that their pro career fails and they aren't able to make those millions of dollars? Well, then you're sitting with a person who is too poor to go back to college and doesn't have a college degree. Then they are faced with an even more difficult situation. Now, people should get paid in a timely manner, such as a small stipend each month. Now, I'm not saying that people should get paid millions of dollars just to play collegiate athletics, as they are still in college. They're not professionals. But what they should be able to do is receive a small amount of money each month that should provide for each commonly cost, such as laundry, meals out, a little social life now and then. And what this would do is it would boost the entire integrity of the system, which also, in turn, would help athletes function and get a degree, which is the NCAA's main purpose. You would see graduation rates drop, and the amount of talent in athletics would be brought up due to the collegiate athletes that are still staying in college. Now we're going to look at UCLA. UCLA is an individual school, University of California of Los Angeles, and you can see how much they make in all of this. They make over $30 million. And when you add that up, the collegiate athlete gets no money. No money from jersey sales that have their number, no money from any of this. And even the NCAA football, UCLA doesn't get that much, even when EA Sports gets over $250 million. Now, if EA Sports would be willing to pitch in and pay the money to use the likenesses, this would not only help athletes from their perspective, but also enhance fan atmosphere and the environment for fans, as that is who they are trying to please. Now, with all the jersey sales and all the televised events such as CBS signing a $13 billion contract according to the NCAA. Now, the revenue is by far one of the biggest issues that we see here, and that the NCAA is hoarding all of it and giving it to the Division I schools who don't give any of it to the people who got them to the place they were. The NCAA takes advantage of their money, such as selling their jerseys without giving them any compensation for it. And finally, the NCAA is sitting on loads of cash that could easily be distributed as long as they are willing to take their hand off the gas pedal and give back to the people that are giving them so much. Could you imagine a world in collegiate athletics where people stay 4 years, achieve their academic degrees, become a student athlete, not an athlete student, and they're always looking to improve their education, which is the biggest reason of college, not to go to college, play athletics, and then hop up at the next level. This is all a very possibility and a real problem that could be fixed with a simple solution.